This podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Gays and ghosts.
Yes.
Welcome back! Aren't we so excited? This is so fun.
So excited!
You're in for a special treat this episode. We
Oh
have
my
one
good
of our
lord.
favorite hooligans here.
Yes, this is episode 3 of Gays and Ghosts. Welcome.
Boo.
And today, we have a very special guest.
One of our favorite girls in this entire planet who also has been through A through Z in terms of the supernatural world.
1 to 1,000.
Maybe even more.
Maybe more.
Oh,
maybe 1 trillion.
Oh,
Who knows?
Who's counting?
We have our best friend Irina here today in the studio. Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yes. Good, we love to hear it.
We love to hear it.
So
Are you
excited.
excited to be here?
So excited.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, when we were planning this too, the first immediate guest we thought of was obviously you.
My God.
Oh, you guys are so awesome. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I love the podcast.
Oh, yes.
Thank you,
You guys are
thank
doing
you.
great. I'm so honored to be here.
Yes.
Oh, Thank you
yes.
so much, babe.
My goodness. So Irina has experienced a lot of paranormal events in the past.
In the past,
In the past, in the
present,
present,
and for sure in the future.
And in the future, for sure.
For
yes,
sure.
Yes. So she will, during our
No.
apparitional appearances
Yes.
segment,
Uh-huh.
she will dive into her life and all the experiences, some
like
'cause
one
there's
of her
too many.
yes, one really
One of the best
juiciest ones.
experiences that she's had with the paranormal. And she was also so lovely today to bring us some Red Bull. Because we need it. It's currently 12:17 a.m. and we're just beginning this episode.
You
filming.
know, we felt like we
Alright.
really should
Should
just
we
be
crack 'em
spooky
open?
whores
Let's
and
do
Let's
it.
do it.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Stunning. And I got us some straws. Because, you know,
Because
why the fuck
we're
not?
straw girls.
I love it. Ooh, take a sip. Oh, fuck, bitch.
It hit the spot.
Oh my God. Divine. Okay, well, today we have 2 segments. So, our first segment is, of course, Spooky Ookie. And then later on, we'll be going into apparitional appearances with Irina. So, we'll start off with our first segment.
Yes.
Let's get right into
Let's
it, shall
get
we?
into it.
It's time for Spooky
Spooky
Ookie.
Ookie.
Play the intro. Play it. Come on, play it.
Play it for me.
Stunning. Okay.
All
All right. So,
I want to share that Palm Springs story
okay.
of what happened to me. So last year,
Oh, is this at Coachella? Mm-hmm. Got you.
last year I went to Coachella for my first time, and the first day everything was fine, everything was cool, whatever. The second day in our hotel or our inn, I think it's technically called an inn, right? Whatever. I felt heavy, but I felt like maybe was really drunk, whatever. I probably was just messed up, and I need to just calm down.
Yeah.
But you know when you just feel like something is just not right?
Right.
I didn't want to be that person that's like, oh my God, it's haunted. You know what I mean? Like, so I was hopeful, and I was like, all right, cool. I've felt this kind of feeling before. I'm just going to try to sleep,
Yeah.
right? And
Just let it,
hope that
It goes away, whatever
whoever
it is.
here will just maybe go into the next hotel room.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? Go to the next bitch's room, you know?
Just go over there.
The third and final night when we came back from Coachella, right? My other friends say they start to feel very heavy and uncomfortable, right? So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm like, it's totally fine. Let's just go to bed, right? My girlfriend Liz says, which we'll be talking to her later as well. My girlfriend Liz goes like, can we please keep the bathroom light on, right? The bathroom light turns on, turns off, turns on, turns off. But like as if someone
It's like
is
flickering
pushing
the
it.
lights.
It's not like tick, 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 you know what I mean? Like when the battery's dying or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're like,
It's like
oh,
flicking.
yeah. And then my friend Joe sits up from his bed and goes like, who the fuck is there? Right when he says that, the bottles all fall from the tables. The trash gets flipped upside down, and things start falling from the desks or like the tabletops and shit like that. And I'm over here going like, what the actual fuck is happening, dude? Everyone turns on the lights, starts panicking, freaking, running around. I'm literally just sitting up on the bed like this. So, I've been through a lot of crazy shit, so I'm like, all right, as long as this entity is not trying to rock me or really trying to hurt me, mess with me, I'm really just gonna try to sleep because we had an early checkout. We already came home super late.
Yeah.
I'm really just gonna try to knock out because I was driving. So I was like, I really want like at least a couple hours of sleep, and I'm gonna, call it a day.
Right.
So I somehow convinced everyone, let's just try to go back to sleep, right? We turn the lights off. My friend Joe gets poked in the back aggressively, like shoved. Savannah gets her foot pulled, and then Liz turns around and sees the girl's face staring right at her.
What a playful ghost.
Oh my god. So Liz turns and screams and hugs me.
Not
And
hugging.
I'm like, oh, girl, I can only do the best that I can do. I think from my understanding and from what we kind of all saw, I believe it was either some girl who was either a prostitute, sex worker, or someone who was kind of recovering from drugs.
Yeah.
And kind of that was her last situation.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point it was like 6 a.m. ish, and I was like trying to fall asleep, and I kept hearing like a humming, right, in my ear after we all lie down again. So I turned to Liz because I knew the bitch wasn't sleeping, so I thought maybe she was trying to like calm herself down.
Yeah.
Turn to Liz and I'm like, babe, are you singing? And she's like, this is literally her in the bed. No. And I was like, all right. I turned right back around and I went to sleep. We woke up, and long story short, don't stay at the Deluxe Inn. That's all I'm saying. Listen, honey, unless you want her to rock you too. It was literally, my friends waited till the very last second to find anywhere to stay. And we found this place that was like 3-point-something miles away. And now I know why they had fucking vacancy. Because I promise you, everyone else who has probably stayed there has been like, whoop.
That's it. Ghost.
That's it. She got rocked.
Ghost up in there, bitch.
At least I'm happy she waited till the last day.
Fuck.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your personal experience.
Thank you for listening. But yeah, Irina and I have stories for days.
I know. You're going to have to be a multi-time guest on the show and tell your experiences.
Yes.
How this works. No,
I'm
I'll call my people. They'll call your people.
We'll get back in contact.
I'd love to. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to pivot and tell, I think, 1 to 2 ghost stories.
Okay.
So I've been back on my Reddit journey. Finding some paranormal stories on Reddit.
Yay.
As I've scrolled here for the last 5 minutes looking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know anything you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so let's see I have 2 stories here today. Both a little on the shorter side,
Okay,
but
that's
still
nice.
some juice.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is titled Man in My Car. And it is by Ghost at 2 Girl. Stunning.
All right, Miss Ghost Tattoo Girl.
Miss
Let's
Ghost Tattoo
work.
Girl. Okay, let's begin. I want to preface this story by saying I'm a huge into the paranormal.
Okay.
I've been having paranormal experiences since I was little. I love ghosts, have a ghost tattoo, named my cat Boo, have multiple ghost hunting tools, etc. I have been ghost hunting everywhere from Savannah, Georgia to California. It's my passion.
All right.
The paranormal or unexplained stories I have are endless, and most of them are harmless. But one night made me stop looking for paranormal for some time.
Oh.
This is the story of that night. I typed the story into my notes the night it happened. Dated May 8th, 2020 at 10:01 p.m. Okay, tonight I saw a ghost. Here is the story. Believe what you want.
All right.
I got in my car to go pick up my little sister from a friend's house.
Okay.
It's about 8 minutes away. I got in my car like normal, started it up, and started to drive to her house. It's important to know that immediately when I got in my car, it felt off. I chalked it up to the fact that I was 15 driving a car without a license, but I couldn't
I
brush it
almost
off.
thought you were going to say drunk. I was about to she's 15 and she's drinking.
Drunk.
Never mind.
What do you expect?
Welcome to LA, girl. Sorry.
Because of the unsettling feeling I had, I never turned any music on and drove in silence. It's also important to know that me and my best friend always say flashing lights or lights flickering in general because of past experiences are a warning. I am driving through this neighborhood I've been in a million times, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this porch light turn off and on, and I say out loud, "Okay, I see you." I don't really think much of it and continue on my way to my sister. Eventually, I come to this stop sign, and the streetlight above me turns off completely on and off again. I freeze, staring at the light, take a deep breath, and keep driving.
Mm-hmm.
I take a turn to the street the house is on.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see someone's garage light flashing so fast, like the light bulb was about to blow. I look out of the driver window to look at it when I am slowing down. My head is out the window and I am at a rolling stop. I am so caught off guard. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I see someone sitting behind my seat in the car.
Absolutely not. I'm opening the door and I'm rolling out. It's not even. It's gonna be as quick as a. And then just roll out. I'm sorry.
My heart froze, and I checked to double check what I saw. So I stopped my car completely in the middle of the road and turned all the way around. Oh my God. Clear as day, a man is sitting in the back seat of my car, and I can describe him very clearly.
So when she stopped her car,
He was in the...
she looked. It didn't go. Gone.
No,
He
no,
said,
he's
"Now I'm kicking
staring.
it here."
Full homeless.
He was like, "Why'd you drive? I was trying to sleep." No, but that's scary.
My
Fuck
heart's
me, I
over
got chills.
there.
Yeah.
Don't go.
His head was down, but he had blonde hair parted to the side that looked like Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh.
His arm was resting on the armrest of the door.
Damn, he was comfortable.
I already felt that coming on. I don't know what it was. But yeah, the bitch was comfortable. He's like, he's acting like he pays the car note.
Yeah. I can't remember his clothes, just that his eyes were so sunken in, his whole face, in fact. He had a really long, pointy nose and bushy eyebrows.
Yeah.
He was very, very tall because his knees were so high up, they were basically at his chest. He didn't say anything, but I could see his chest rise and fall. He was there, and I could see every detail of him. There was no way it was my imagination.
Oh my God.
And I looked at him for what felt like hours when it was probably only 15 seconds at most. And suddenly, he was gone. He didn't seem to float away or anything like that, but he just wasn't there anymore. I parked my car in the middle of the street and got out and looked outside and inside my car for someone. I was so confused and convinced a living, breathing man was just in my car. The worst thing was the way he made me feel.
Well, yeah.
Scared?
I felt
or-
so happy
Scared,
that all of a sudden
petrified.
some man was.
Right.
Oh my God.
I have seen ghosts before, and from my experience, they don't acknowledge me or give off bad energy. But he did. When I looked at him and time froze, it felt like I was in danger. I felt like he wanted to hurt me.
Uh-huh.
He was malevolent.
You can feel those things.
Yeah,
You really
for
can.
sure. I got back in my car and continued to drive to my sister. I picked her up and we left. I was holding back tears and shaking like a leaf. The thing I knew deep down the whole drive, something was off and I wasn't alone the whole time, and that the lights were indeed a warning. This man scared me. I came home and broke down in tears trying to tell this story. Again, believe what you want, but this was real. Now since this has happened, I have been to a medium, sold my car, and stopped ghost hunting for a while.
That's terrifying, actually.
I mean, I got chills.
That's terrifying,
Just seeing,
dude.
and the way she described him, sunken in face and shit.
Dude, I
that's
can literally
fucked.
have the entire vision like of a really lengthy man. His knees.
No, and you just
probably...
see him breathing there. That's fucked.
Yeah, no. She should actually be happy that nothing did happen.
I know, he could have like possessed the shit out of
Or
her.
like he could have like potentially hurt her.
Yeah. Well, that was a great session of Spooky Ookie
That
this
was
week.
nice.
I loved it. Love a
Ooh.
good scary story. You know, you can just never go wrong.
Honestly, it helps me sleep at night.
Yeah. But we would also love to hear any of your scary stories.
Yes. Please
So,
let us know.
Starting today, if you do have an experience with the paranormal or anything supernatural or anything scary, spooky, ooky,
Slide into our DMs.
slide into our DMs. I'm also going to have a link in our bio on TikTok, Instagram that has our email.
Yep.
And you can email us any of your scary experiences. We would love
Yes, please.
talk about them.
That would be such a treat for us.
amazing. So that's going to be open as soon as this episode airs, and we can't wait to hear what you send us.
Love it.
Let's move on to our next segment.
Yes,
our
of
very,
our
very
Woman of
special
the
segment.
Hour.
Yes. So this segment is called Apparitional Appearances. I do have an intro for this one as well. You know, I have an intro for every segment.
we're
So
gonna plug
let's
it in.
play the intro. Very cute, very
Yes,
cute.
very cute.
Okay, so apparitional appearances is our guest segment on this beautiful podcast. And today, we are blessed with the presence of the wonderful, the incomparable,
only.
the only Irina. Stunning. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, so just maybe introduce yourself a little bit and
Tell
just
us a
give
little about
all the little
you.
viewers, like, tell them about you and maybe some of your what's the word, abilities.
Yes, what's your intro?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Well, hi, I'm Irina. As you guys know.
Hi, Irina.
Hi.
Hi guys. So basically, let me tell you a little bit about my abilities, I guess.
Yes.
That okay. So since all of these experiences that I will share with you, I have not had any more because I choose not to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's very intense on you.
Yeah.
So I have chosen to kind of ignore that part
Yeah.
of my life. But basically, I can see people that are dead. And
For the lack of better judgment.
Right, that are no
Yeah,
longer with us.
and whether it's like dream or in person, in reality, I guess.
Yeah.
It appears.
Wow.
You know, certain. Yeah.
So would you consider yourself like a medium or more just in tune with
I guess. Like I
otherworldly?
can sense energies
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like sometimes like I'll have like a That's So Raven moment.
Oh, like a little psychic kind of. Oh yeah, yeah. Love
No. No,
I
but
lo-
not like that exactly. But I could like feel something coming on, or like just I
And
guess
so-
intuition mixed
Yeah.
with like, you know, I come from a line of kind of witchy people.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were saying like you're able to control it, so you don't like to play into it anymore since the experience with
No.
it. So these
was
things
very
still
draining.
happen.
It's very intense, like
Yeah.
because you essentially feel what that other person is feeling.
Yeah.
And
It's a lot.
so
I
it's
know,
a
but-
transfer of energy to you. So it can be very intense.
It's
Yeah,
and
for
taxing.
sure.
that energy can actually linger onto you
Yeah.
and stay with you, and
Right.
you'll have like these feelings and you'll be like, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. So like it's almost what's the word for that? Like you're an empath. You can feel
yeah.
the
Very
energies.
much.
Yeah. And
So
like
all of that, and then what if they want to, let's
harm
say,
you.
harm you, or I mean, it's been good experiences. Kind of, you can sense things.
Yeah.
but also you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know what you're getting.
It's true.
Exactly. So
Right.
imagine I'm somewhere that like I shouldn't be, or like someone that's not nice.
Yeah.
I've had crazy experiences like that
For
too,
sure.
where I'm just like, turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off now.
And so when did you start to notice that you could see and speak to?
Well,
dead
I've known for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in my teen years, I think it was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll share this story.
Yeah. If you want to get straight into the stories, you for sure can. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, yeah, just get in. We just
so
wanted to give a bit of
just roll
context to
through.
kind of, you know.
So I'm just gonna roll through and do this whole like part. So one of the experiences was just a little bit scary, but also, I guess, nice for the family.
Mm-hmm.
But like for me, it was
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the process of things, kind of.
Of where you decided, like, I'm gonna actually put this on park. I don't want to deal
Oh,
with this.
okay,
Like,
got you.
I
This
think
was
this
the
is
change
kind
in-
of the last straw.
Kind of, yeah.
All right.
So one of my dreams was I saw someone, don't know who this person is, young, and I was like, okay, like
Right.
just a dream, let's feel it out.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, do you want to go with me somewhere? And I was like, sure. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
Imagine a young girl coming up to you in your dream.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to? Very nice.
Of course. I'll
You don't.
come.
You don't
Let's go, honey
feel
buns.
anything bad,
Yeah.
so you're like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I went. Somehow we ended up like, I guess it symbolizes youth or young adult, or we went to Disneyland.
Oh, fun.
So I was like, okay, we're going somewhere fun. It's
Disneyland.
a happy place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we go. And she's like, do you want to go on some roller coasters with me? I was like,
Oh, that's cute.
sure, why
Yeah.
not? Like making a day. She goes, I have something to tell you. And I was like, okay. And she goes, but I want you to make sure my message gets through.
Okay.
I was like, sure. But she goes, let's go on the roller coaster first. I was like, okay. So we
Yeah.
go, have fun. I was like, so what is it you wanted to tell me? And she goes, well, it's just a message I want you to pass on. And then whatever the message is, it was told to me. I kind of want to keep that a little bit private.
Yeah, for
Sure.
sure. Yeah.
This is your
Yeah.
story, so
Yeah.
I
So-
obviously know the entirety of it, and so do you.
Yes, yeah.
But
You can't
obviously,
really-
certain
yeah.
things can be kept private.
Right,
It's
yeah.
personal.
Yeah, it's personal.
It was a
and-
personal story.
So she tells me the message, and it's like, yeah, it's happened before, but usually I could piece it together or I can figure out who that person is, but I've never met this person before. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Such a young person that, you know.
You're
so
like,
I w-
excuse me.
Yeah, and you're feeling all this crazy love, like they want to like kind of help a person move on, and they're very caring. You get like I just got good
It's warm.
vibes.
Yeah.
Warm, like you felt all this like good stuff from them. So the next morning I woke up and I was like, I need to find this person. I was like, how do I find this person? So I went on a social media blast kind of and put it up, and somehow someone connected to the message, and
So how did you?
Did
Like,
you
did you
post
just-
a story?
yeah.
You posted a
posted
story. And so
On social media. I was like, hey, has anyone basically describing her best I can remember? And I was like, if it rings a bell, just message me. I have a message I want to share with you.
yeah.
And it was kind of weird because I was like, oh my God, like, you know, you have people have
There's
different views
believers,
of
there's- yeah, exactly.
non-believers.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
like, oh, who's this kook?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's me. Hi.
Hi. So did your intuition tell you to post
Yeah.
on? Okay, got you.
Like,
Yeah.
it could possibly find
It could click.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
somebody.
Right.
So that was it. And then we were able to pass on the message and kind of rang a bell. And they're like, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, tell me about it. But then the whole day I felt like this energy, like even though it's good, but you feel it's with you. Like it's not, you're not alone.
It's taxing.
It's, yeah, you know, you're carrying something around with you. Right. And it's not really good for you. Because if you're spiritual, you know, like if you're a spiritual person, it's still like...
it messes with you.
Yeah.
It really does.
Hindering around or whatever. Hindering,
yeah.
Hindering is like it's getting in the way of...
Getting in the way of, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow. And so the message, even though it's personal, was there anything...
So they had to look for the message.
They had to look for the message.
They had to look for it. So she gave me...
She gave you like...
Okay,
part
so...
of the tea.
She showed me images. She didn't really tell me, so I had to put it together.
Okay, so she showed you...
it was very difficult for me to do that because, one, no one teaches you.
Right, there really is no book for this shit. Like, you really
have no way to learn, so I'm just like...
So she showed you like random images in your dream?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, but she didn't say anything about it. She just showed you the images.
Showed me. She goes, once you tell them, or
once you tell this person what
they'll
you need to tell them.
Yeah, it's like kind of being restricted to not even mention. You know, like sometimes when it comes, let it flow.
Yeah.
Right.
But there was several things that we did discuss. So.
Okay. And so then, when you gave the message, it was around
this person's passing time.
Yeah.
And the family needed to know.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I guess it was like a very sentimental time.
Right.
And definitely, I guess.
So when you recited like what you saw, the images that she showed you, they knew what that meant. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was...
And that person basically had to go somewhere and figure it out. And
so was this the first... Yeah, and they did. So it led them to something. Mm-hmm. And so what was your turning point where, like, if these constantly started happening, was there, like, one that happened that wasn't as lighthearted or...
Yeah. Well, I knew if 1 came, 2 came, 3 came,
yeah, once you, like, start opening...
So many different energies are getting into me, too. So I'm like this... I become this portal, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then also the good is coming. What if the bad comes? I have no idea how to control this.
Yeah.
No one teaches you. Mm-hmm. I have like this beautiful talent
of like being able to block things out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's caused from trauma.
Okay.
So what it does is great because some people probably need it. I can like zone out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of my power is like I can shut it out.
Yeah, like you can turn them on and off.
Definitely that I create my own world. Everyone always tells me you live in your own world, and I absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
It's so pretty there. You should visit, but don't because we don't accept visitors.
It's max capacity.
Max capacity
and I'm the only one.
So I can check out and go there.
Love that.
So I go there whenever everything.
Like you feel something.
Yeah.
Like that,
So I'm like, okay, go.
Yeah.
There was one time in person that something happened.
What happened?
I was again working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've known this man, this couple. I knew this couple, and they were like this amazing couple together. And this couple was pretty awesome, you know, like, you know, when you see a husband and wife and they've been together for years, they're older, you're like, wow, I want to be like them when I grow up.
Yeah. Kind
of situation. And then I guess he got sick. He ends up passing. She ends up like taking time off of work because we all work together.
Yeah.
So she takes time off. We don't see her. Then one day she appears. And then, like, you could tell, like, from looking at her, like, she's mustered up all the courage, you know, she has to, like, leave the house and essentially be working again and talking to people and having to deal with everyone outside of, you know, everything she's going through. So you try not to bring up that topic. So I'm sitting in the back watching everyone do their own work and whatnot. There's no one in my row of where I'm sitting. I looked left and right already. Nothing there. I looked to the left again. Someone's there. And this man wore a very specific hat.
Okay.
You know those
Top hat? Or
no,
like a baseball cap kind of
no,
thing?
not a baseball hat cap. It was it's like those French weird
Oh, a beret?
kind of.
Oh,
Like the
I get what you're
golfing
saying.
style
Like,
hat.
yeah,
Yeah.
the golfing,
The
like
one
the...
that's like round a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah. So it has
Yeah.
like the shorter bill, but then it's like a
It
billowy up the top.
like it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not too many people wear hats like that.
Yeah.
So this man, and I look real quick and I look forward again. I'm like, oh, someone joined me. But I thought,
Sure.
human, but no. So, and then looking at her, and she was speaking to, the crowd. And then I look again, and because I was like, hold on. I was like, wait a minute. And I look again, and I'm like, I look forward again, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, be cool.
It's him.
Your calmness. Spirit world is sending you someone.
Yeah.
I was like, be chill. So and I look over again, and he's looking at her with like complete admiration and like proud and like
Yeah.
like all this good energy and good vibes. And I was like, oh my God, I want someone to look at me like that, like from beyond.
Yeah.
Wow. And then he looks at me and goes, shh, I don't want her to know I'm here. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I don't want her to know. I was like, okay. He goes, I'm just so proud of her. Look at how amazing, brave she is, and all this like beautiful things like you can only imagine him saying about his wife. And he goes, I want her to live her life, move on. And I was like, okay. He
Yeah.
goes, so I don't want you to pass on any message. He goes, I'm just so proud of her. And then I was like, well, yeah. But in my mind, I was like, but if she knew, she would be so happy, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To know, like, you're in.
You're like
You're
kind
there,
of watching.
Yeah.
just looking over
You're
her, yeah.
watching over her. You're there for her, even though you're not here. So time goes by. We're on this trip. I go on a trip to Vietnam. So
Okay.
then you got roomed up, or some people, there was a situation where there was individual rooms. I got individual rooms, but one of the stays, the hotel was kind of smaller. They had you room. It was like a townhouse kind of situation.
Oh,
the
okay.
hotel. So
Yeah.
you had a shared space,
area.
common
Yeah, like a
area,
common- okay.
and then individual rooms over there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to stay with one of my girlfriends.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so we arranged it. But my room that was initially booked, like, matched up. And it was random matching. There's no way her and I were close to anything. It matched me with that woman. And then I was like, if there's a sign ever, universe, you have to show me if I should or not. And I saw her on the trip. She was looking sad. And then right after I find out that our rooms were matched, I was like, I think this is a sign.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he did it.
Yeah. So I
Maybe
was
he was
like,
like, all right, now.
He's like, now she needs it now.
yeah. So I was like, and then when I went to her, I was like, hey, I changed my room
Oh.
a little bit.
Buttered it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, by the way, and she's getting a new roomie, and which we also all knew, so it was fine. But I was like, I also want to take this as an opportunity to talk to you a little bit, and then I wanted to feel her out a little bit to see if she's
Like
a
she was
believer or
open,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, she's open to it. how she feels about things. She was Greek. I'm part Greek.
Okay,
so
yeah. So
we
you kind of like
bonded a little
butted it.
bit.
Yep.
So, and then we got into it, and then she was like, "Well, this is my first trip without my husband.
Oh.
Usually, whenever we travel, we're together." And I was like, "Is that why I saw you a little bit down during one of our activities?" And she's like, "Yeah." She goes, "It's a little bit different.
Hard
He
on
was
her.
always
Yeah, for
there
sure.
with me. Now I'm alone."
That would be tough.
But
Yeah.
she goes, "It's a beautiful place, like still trying to be positive and stuff."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, how do you feel about like messages?" And she goes, "Why are you a medium? Medium.
Medium,
yeah.
So that, and I was like,
I don't put a label on it. You're like, I don't put a label on it.
Right.
That's
I'm
what
just
we
me.
call
Not make it
me.
too real.
That's
yeah.
it, you know?
But I have something for you.
Right.
And she goes, and I was like, I have to tell you, his energy was amazing. She goes, you're not the first person to tell me this.
Yeah.
I've went to people to actually speak and talk to him, and they said the same thing about his energy. And I was like, yeah, well, I was like, I feel like, I told her a little bit and how proud of you he is and this whole thing. She was so happy, and like the
Oh,
rest
that's
She
of
so
needed
it.
to hear it.
She needed to,
For
yeah.
sure.
So I made like an executive decision, and what I thought I felt and understood of the situation.
Yeah, like you played it in the moment.
Yeah.
Did
So-
you describe him to her?
Yeah. Well,
that's
I
how-
met
that's-
him
Oh,
before he died.
okay, got you.
Yeah,
So,
she
like-
knew him.
Yeah.
So
She knew
like
them.
he was able to come through to me because I feel like
He was
they
He
more
were
knew
comfortable.
you, yeah, comfortable. Oh, that's a beautiful one.
no,
That's
that's
so
my
nice.
favorite one. So I've
Yeah.
had pretty good
That's
experiences.
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a nice, heartfelt one.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some crazy experiences. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Yes.
sharing.
Love you
Thank
guys.
Just
Thank you for
some.
having me.
Of course, Irina will for sure be back.
Mandatory. Yes.
Mandatory. She'll be
Yeah.
back on another session with us, and she'll tell us some more of her incredible experiences. I'm sure there's many more.
Oh, a lot. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
But we appreciate you opening your abilities and your experiences with us.
Thank
We
you guys.
genuinely love you.
Yes.
Love you
I'm
so much.
excited to be part of this journey.
Yes, it's
and
only
to
the
share
beginning. You'll be a
little-
recurring guest.
Yes.
Oh,
You'll definitely will
thank
coming
you.
back.
Of course, I'll be back.
Yes.
You
You don't have to ask
back,
me
back
twice.
again.
I'm here. I'm
Yes.
back again.
But yes, well, that brings us to the end of this episode.
But yeah,
It was such a fun episode today.
yeah.
I
We
love
just chatted it
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
This is good.
Yeah.
which
we
tends to
did.
happen when we
You know,
all
it
get
tends to
together.
happen.
Yeah.
No, it was great. It was different having a guest on. First guest ever on Gays and Ghosts.
Yes.
We love you.
Gagged.
Gagged.
Yes.
So next week, we're going to be discussing some more real life experiences
Yes.
from your submissions.
Yeah.
Of course, if we get any.
Yes. You never know.
You never know. I'm sure someone will see this by our third episode and be like, yes, I'll send
Yes,
you my
I'll do
experience.
it.
So either your real life experience or real life experiences we find online once again.
Yeah.
And then we have a surprise new segment that we're going to share with you. Really, it's not a surprise. It's just we haven't thought of it yet. But next week. But then, yes, so we're going to do a surprise segment. So we can't wait for you to see that. We're very excited.
Yes. Well, I'm
gonna be
glad to
great.
take you along
Yes.
this magical ride.
But thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is Gays and Ghosts. Thank you so much to
Thank
Irina.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming on.
guys.
Yes.
My name is Peter,
I'm Arthur.
and you've been
Gagged.
gagged. Thank you so much.
you.
Mwah. Toodaloo.
Ooh.
Fuck it up. And we'll see you next week.
Stay gorgeous.
Oh,